Okay, this is now boiling. I'm ready to put it in jars. Move the lid over to another spot out of the way. I'll plate over here. Oh, I should have got this stuff already. Turn this off. Don't need that now. But I will need my ladle. So, jars are nice and hot, and so are the lids. I'll fill 1 or 2 jars and put them back into the roaster. And then I'll turn off the camera and get the rest of them filled, and I'll show you when I put them into my canner. Okay, nice hot jar, funnel. Give it a good stir. Sure that it's more broth than onion in here. I'm going to bring it up to the 1-inch mark, which is just about right there. Okay. My vinegar. I'm doing everything backwards today. Wipe the rim of the jar. Threads a little bit. Use my magnet and get a lid. And a ring. Tighten it up somewhat snugly, not too tight. Supposed to be at 1 inch, about there. Put it back in the hot water. And make sure I've got all that in the frame. Okay, I'm going to turn this a little bit, maybe you can see it better. As you can see, my poor jar lifter, the handle, both the handles broke off. So it's a little uncomfortable right there. It still picks up jars, but I'm going to get another one pretty soon. Different design. Pour out the hot water. Put on the funnel. Fill the jar up to 1-inch headspace. Which is just about where the ring is above the shoulder. Wipe the the rim of the jar. Always wipe the rim of the jar because there could be some little bit of debris or some of the soup or something on there, and it will keep your jar from sealing correctly when you process it. Put on a lid. Put on a hot ring. They say you don't have to heat the rings. Now, they say you don't have to heat the rings and the lids anymore. I do, because it just seems to work out better. Everything is hot when it goes on the jar. And that's the way I like to keep it. Okay. I'll get back to you when I start putting them in the canner. Okay. I'm getting ready to put the jars in my canner. Got vinegar out, which I'm fixing to put vinegar in my canner, just, I don't know, 2 or 3 tablespoons full. It's just to keep any of the hard water residue out of the off the jars, so they don't have a film on them. It doesn't really hurt anything, but it's just unsightly and it's a little harder to clean the jars in. So now I'm going to set the jars in the canner. I got 12 jars and I have a little bit left here that I can just put up in the refrigerator and use it for supper or something. Anyway, I'll put the jars in. That one may not wind up sealing since it fell over. We'll see when they all come out though. You can see it's a pretty color. It's a nice rich color from the caramelized onions, the dash of Worcestershire sauce that went in it, and beef broth. That fills the bottom. 1, 2, 3. That's 8 in the bottom. Now I'll put this, center it on the top of them. There's 4 left. Now you can double stack and put, you just only have to put water up to, this bowl is hot. Oops, sorry. Anyway, you only have to put the water up to, there's a line on the inside. I can't see it right now, but I know that it's around 3 quarts. So, about 1.5 quarts. You put that in there. I'll look down in there just a minute. Let's see. That should be about right. Alright. Get my oil. Oil that gasket just a little bit. I usually, when I oil it, I just put my finger into the oil in the lid and rub it around on there. Because I want that thing to turn it. The other day I had to have my son open it because I hadn't oiled it. And so it was hard. I couldn't get it open. He can, because he's a big guy. But he's not here today. So I want to make sure that the gasket is in place right. There. That'll work. Put that right there for a minute and then Well, the part where the gasket hits it, you see there's a little black mark right there where that gasket was a little tight on there. Doesn't have to be much. Just a little bit around there just to make it slide. Sometimes I cannot get this on here without this gasket popping out. Maybe I'll have better luck today. Where's the arrow? This canner has an arrow on this rim. Oh, and it's heavy. Ah, right there. There's the mark. Oh no, you probably can't see that. It says open and closed. And the lid has a little arrow on it. So, I'll put it where it says open. It gets seated on there. I'm going to loosen this up. Tighten it up. And turn it on. These will process. They're processed for 60 minutes. After the gauge gets up to 11 pounds of pressure, I will keep it. I'll have to stay out here with it because this doesn't rock and make a noise. This is just to vent it. As soon as it gets through venting, let me see if you can see that. Yeah, pretty much. Anyway, it'll vent out of this for 10 minutes. Then as soon as it's through venting, I'll close this little screw here. Let the pressure build up. Let this pop up. And when this builds up to 11 pounds of pressure, then I will start my time for 60 minutes and I'll use my little timer. So that's going to take a little while to get it built up. So I will turn this off for right now. Let you see what it looks like when it's venting. Then I'll show it again when the pressure is built up. Then the next time you see it, it'll be me taking the jars back out. Okay, maybe you can see that steam venting out of this. It's kind of hard to see because the air is going around it, but anyway. There is steam coming out of it. I've got my timer set for 10 minutes, and as you can see by the gauge right there, it's not building pressure yet, but you can see steam coming out of the regulator. So as soon as 10 minutes is up, I will tighten the top on the regulator right over there, and let the pressure start building up.